Welcome back to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Harden Volume 7 silhouette in the black and yellow colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back to another unboxing and review. Huge shout out to Adidas and their basketball division for thinking of me and sending these my way. Today we're going to be talking about the Harden Volume 7 silhouette, which is a super futuristic and very underrated basketball sneaker, which I think is an incredible silhouette if you're looking for a new basketball sneaker to wear on the court. So we'll start off with the overview on these, talk about size and fit, followed by how I style this really bright pop of color. Then we will conclude with where you can find these and how much they're going for on the retail end. So let's jump right into it. This is definitely, once again, a very futuristic looking sneaker. So we've got quilted oven mitt, puffer coat, jacket, whatever you want to think of when it comes to the puffy aesthetic that this sneaker is giving off. That is really just visually something that is so appealing to me because it just looks so comfy and cuddly. It's literally one of the highlights for me personally is the pop of color that this sneaker is giving. It has a nice, thick, soft structure to it, so when you feel it, it's literally super squishy. But it doesn't give too much ventilation as far as these like side panelings go or in the front of that toe box region. But one of the nice parts about this is we do get this kind of booty-like texture here that has, you can kind of see up there, some perforation going on. So that's really where you're going to get that breathability in this sneaker, is really just on the frontal portion of the upper here, as well as the side of this collar boot-like sock fit. Looking at the frontal, what does this make you think of? Anyone? The Yeezy 700 V3 is truly what this frontal view of the toe box region at least reminds me of. So those of you who are Yeezy fans, this is definitely something that kind of is reminiscent of that silhouette. There's little forefoot containment in this with slightly flexible toe wrap. So for those of you wondering about the forefoot, it does have more of an aesthetic design than truly like that flexibility that you typically would get in some other silhouettes. So the lateral sides are really where you're going to get a bit more of that containment, which I really love. As far as the outsole goes, you're really going to get this translucent, really cool kind of herringbone texture and zigzag texture on the bottom. And as you can kind of see here, these are really cool radial patterns. So kind of reminds me of like a round sonar. So let me just hold that so you guys can see that when I'm talking about it. But that pairing basically gives this grip and great coverage. So within the soft lateral caging and the heel counter donning in 3 stripes. The cushioning setup on these is really interesting because it's actually hybrid. So it's fused with high impact protection from some cage Adidas boost in the back and some exposed boosts that you'll find on the medial sides. And it gives you a plush feel and some light strike cushioning. So while you're probably asking, did they decide to make the Harden 7s like this? What I believe is that basically most players, I would at least feel that they would want a little bit more of that impact protection in the heel and basically a little bit more protection when they're running and jumping and landing. Specifically, I think of volleyball as well. That's pretty much where I would land, is kind of like in the heel, and then I would kind of transfer that weight into the toe box region. So it is nice that they have that. And I feel like the boost is honestly a great option for that impact that you're having when you're playing basketball. And then the forefoot, I feel like the light strike is a better option when you're having some lateral cuts, kind of similar to volleyball as well, since you are doing a lot of lateral movements, and that just gives you a bit more stability and a little bit more cushioning. But I would say you definitely don't want to overdo the cushioning, just because that could really, really throw you off balance when you're playing basketball on the court. So underneath all of that cushioning is a tension plate. And so that is basically to help reduce the stress of twisting your foot, which is pretty common injury. I used to have playing basketball as well as volleyball. So it is nice that they added that technology into this. So as far as the interior goes for the insole, you do have Harden's logo on the inside there, and his number. And we've got the 3 stripes here, a black pull tab here, and transparency, it's translucent on the back of the heel and back of that midsole. And then let's move on to the box so you can kind of see. It's just a nice white and gold box, nice and clean. All right, so let's take a look at all of those details. As far as size and fit goes, I would say at least go true size. I honestly would probably go half a size up depending on what type of socks I decide to wear. But because you are moving around a little bit, I would probably just stick true to size on this, just because I personally, when I'm running, don't like to have a lot of movement back and forth inside my sneaker itself. So stick true to size in this one. All right, so as far as styling goes, again, this can be also a lifestyle sneaker. So I wanted to give you some options of how to dress this up if you're just wanting to wear these off the court, but definitely, again, just a great basketball sneaker all around. So for the first look, I decided to go super colorful with this, since this is obviously a very bright and colorful sneaker. So I wore a maxi dress that was a collaboration with Zara, with a nice artist who basically used lots of different color combinations, and there were some yellow hues in there that I feel like matched the sneaker perfectly. So definitely you can dress these up, you can dress these down. Don't feel afraid to wear a dress with these. For the second look, I decided to keep it pretty simplistic with a short sleeve bodysuit in black, and then I wore some cargo pants in a khaki tone. I feel like yellow really goes nicely with khaki colors, so definitely if you want to switch up from your typical all black look, add some khaki in there. I think it goes great with this two-tone color combination. Then for the last and final look, I decided to go again with an abstract bodysuit, this time with some different colorways, but definitely a mix of colors and some yellows in there that complemented the sneaker perfectly. And then for the bottoms, I wore some black cargo pants. Definitely, if you're not somebody who wants to wear a lot of color, you can definitely go with an all black look to play it safe with these.
I feel I can't get enough, but I sip a double cup and I spin a couple bucks. Sending out some love to my blood, to my girl, to my buds, to the homie up above. And no more time for bigging up to these fakes who ain't around when the time's getting rough. 6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes. 6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes.
Loved you till my tears went silent. If this is war, I don't think I can fight it. Had to let you go, let it flow, cry. Can't say we didn't try. I'm bones and flesh, but I don't break. Built walls up so high, can't escape. Wish I could say I was okay.
6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes. 6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes.
You can currently find these on the Adidas app or Adidas website or other retailers for $160. Definitely, if you're looking for a great option for a basketball sneaker, this is definitely something you have to try out. I think these are just an amazing all-around basketball sneaker. Again, thank you to the Adidas team for thinking of me and sending these over my way. Always appreciate you. Until next time, this is the unboxing and review for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Marissa. We'll catch you on the next episode.
We be getting high.